Cool. Mouse, if you can hit that for me. All right. All right, we've got 12 minutes to do this, and I've got a lot that I want to share with you, so we're going to move at lightning speed. And I want to be able to put this in a place where everybody on Zoom can see it, and everybody in the room. You matter as well. If this is not pointing directly at you and you can't see it, don't worry. You get to come up afterwards and take pictures of this. Everybody on Zoom doesn't. So besides, I like them more than I like you guys. All right. Can I get just confirmation from somebody on Zoom? Can you see this mess that I've written on the flip chart behind me?
Yes, I can see it.
It's not mess. It's very clear.
It's very clear? Okay. Okay. All right, I have a goal of earning $100,000. Now, if your goal is $200,000, just take every number that I give you and multiply it by 2. If your goal is $300,000, multiply it by 3. If your goal is $1 million, multiply it by 10. Simple, right? And let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in the room and 21 on Zoom. What would it look like if everybody that was a part of this conversation hit their goal in 2022? What would it look like if everyone who watches this video hit their goal in 2022? First of all, is that possible?
Yes.
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 It is. So remove the limiting beliefs. Let's get them out of the room before we even start the conversation. Right, Trisha? Okay, here we go. If your goal is to earn $100,000 and your cost of sale is $16,000 and your operating expenses are $12,000. By the way, I pulled these numbers right from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. So this is not a swag, scientific wild ass guess. This is real numbers. Aaron, that's something you want to write down. SWAG, scientific wild ass guess. Swag. So if somebody says, how'd you come up with that number? Use the swag method. All right, that was bonus material. And I'm going to earn a total of $128,000 in order to net $100,000. If my average commission is $10,500, that's approximately 12.2 sales. If I take my business listing side and buyer side and I'm 50-50, roughly, I know I'm off by 0.1, by the way, okay, get over it. Roughly, that's 6 sellers closed and 6 buyers closed. If my goal is to sell 6 seller listings, I'm going to take 8 listings just because something might happen and maybe not every one of those listings I take is going to close. Now, if you're using the numbers that Gary shares in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, you're going to use 75%, meaning 75% of the listings you take should close. I'm using a higher percentage just because the market's super hot for now. Okay, so that's 8 listings taken. If my conversion ratio from an appointment to a listing taken is 50%, I'm going to go on 16 seller appointments. Same thing is true on the buyer side. I meet a buyer at an open house. I schedule an appointment to meet with them in the office. I do a buyer consultation, and 50% of the buyers that I meet with sign a buyer agency agreement. So I'm going to sell 6 units on the buyer side. I need 8 buyer agency agreements in order to close 6 buyer sales. And if my conversion ratio from a buyer consultation to a buyer agency agreement signed is 50%, I'm going to sit on 16 buyer consultations. 16 and 16 is 32. 32 divided by 12 is roughly 3 appointments per month. End result of the economic model, page 129 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, is, waiting for somebody to finish that for me. The end result of the economic model is,
Get the appointment.
How many appointments do I need in order to earn the amount that I want to earn? Please write that down. How many appointments do I need in order to earn the amount of money that I want to earn? Now, where do I find the answer to how do I get these appointments? It's called
lead generation
the
model.
lead generation model. You got it. Now, I did this 3 different ways for you. First, your first choice, your first opportunity is to work your relationships. And I want you to focus on the 5, 10, 15 rule that Jordan Freed teaches as a MAPS coach. And I learned this from Jenny Wallach, attending family reunion. So go to family reunion. All this means is 5% of my sphere of influence in past clients, 5% of my relationships turn into a closed sale at the end of the year. That's okay. In other words, it's not good, it's not bad, it's certainly not great, but it's okay. 10% turn into a closed sale. That's good. And 15% turn into a closed sale. That is exactly what Gary Keller talks about on page 148 when he shares the 12-to-2 ratio, which says for every 12 people that you're in relationship with, you should get 2 sales. Do the math, it's approximately 15%. Now, in order to close 12 sales, working my relationships, that's all I'm focused on is repeat and referral business. At 5%, I'll need 240 people in my sphere of influence, in my database, in relationship. I'll need 240 at 5% to sell 12 homes. At 10%, I'll only need 120. And at 15%, I'll only need 82. 82 relationships with a 15% conversion turn into 12 closed sales. It's either lead generation or lead conversion. And in this example, it's all about building those relationships. Now, how do we build them? The 4 laws of your database. Build a database, feed it every day, which means add haven't mets every day to your database in order to build that number bigger to as many people as possible that you're in relationship with. Build a database, feed it every day. And the 3rd law of the database, page 148 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, is communicate with your database in a systematic way. That's your 36 touch. All right, now, the next way that I can close 12 sales is I can systematically market to my haven't mets, otherwise known as farming. And I've got 600 haven't mets in my database on a 12 direct. I'm touching them once every month, forever. And the ratio that I should get is 50-to-1. That's page 149 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. For every 50 haven't mets, you should close 1 sale. Now, in order to close 12 sales, 100% from my haven't mets, I'm going to need 600 haven't mets. At a 50-to-1 ratio, that equals 12 sales. How are we doing so far? Good? Is this making sense, guys? I've got a lot of blank stares.
Wait, I have a question. So you said for every 50 haven't mets, you close 1 sale?
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct. Right? You guys good? All right. Now, the 3rd way that I can close 12 sales is by prospecting low-hanging fruit. I'm calling for sell-by owners. They raise their hand, they want to sell their home. Hello, I want to sell my home. I have a help wanted sign in my front yard. It says for sale by owner, but it really means help wanted. Expired listings. Hello, I wanted to sell my home, but it didn't sell. I've raised my hand. It's low-hanging fruit. You guys following me? Now, if I want to close 12 sales, 100% from the low-hanging fruit, all I have to do, and this is all because you can do a lot more than this. All I have to do is meet with 120 people face-to-face. 120. That's just over 2 per week. 2.2 a week, 2.3 a week, and you're at 120 face-to-face appointments. If I had an offer, would you want me to bring you the offer? Yes, cool. That's exactly why we should get together. Juanita, I'd love to pop by and take a quick look at your home so I could potentially bring you an offer. Does today at 4 o'clock work, or would tomorrow at 5 be better? Now I'm going to meet with 120 people face-to-face, and then I am going to follow up with them forever because I reject rejection, because no is not a word that lives in my vocabulary. No simply means not yet. Yes. And the goal of follow-up is to create emotional proximity, which simply means when this person gets ready to list, it's usually about 7 to 10 days before they get serious. I'm still in conversation with them. It's, find a new color, John. It's, no, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. Go away. Never hire you. Don't like you. Would never like you. I'm hiring Bob. And gee whiz, I'm so glad you called. Come over and talk to me about what you could do to sell my house. Because you rejected rejection. Because you followed up forever. And 90% of the people that you met with didn't hire you, and that's okay. Focus on the 10% that did. You just closed 12 sales. Now, here's what we did in 10 minutes. We discovered 1, 2, 3 different ways for us to close 12 sales. What if you combined them? What if you did all 3? What if you did all 3 exactly the way I laid it out for you here, and you closed 12 plus 12 plus 12? You just closed 36 sales, right, Diane? Remove the limiting beliefs, get rid of that drunk monkey. It's possible. Anything is possible. Everything is possible. And it's the yellow brick road. If you're on the yellow brick road, there's only one destination. It's Oz. There's nowhere else unless you stop. The only way you don't get to Oz is if you sit down and go, I'm done. I'm just going to sit next to the scarecrow for the rest of my life. Or I'm going to turn around and go back and hang out with the munchkins. If you continue on the journey, you end up in Oz. If you continue on this journey, you end up hitting your goals, whatever those goals are. All right, talk to me. What'd you hear?
With no version of everything you said.